Everybody do their homework? Yeah! Hi, I'm Jeff Foxworthy, and I want to give away $1 million tonight if someone can prove that they are smarter than a fifth grader. And let's meet my class. Cody, Mackenzie, Sierra, Nathan, and Olivia. All right, you guys ready to meet our new classmates? He is a 45-year-old registered nurse who attended Walt Whitman Elementary in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome, Stephan Scoggins. Stephan, how are you? Nice to see you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to our classroom.
Thank you so much, Joe.
But I'm guessing you were a pretty good student because not only do you have your PhD in public health, you were also a police officer.
That's correct.
You're a registered nurse. Now, I got a good feeling about today.
I hope so.
And let me tell you why. Because these 5 fifth graders are going to be taking the same test you're taking. And we're going to let you cheat off of
All
it.
right, cool.
So pick one of them and let's get started.
Okay. I'm going to start with Mackenzie.
Mackenzie, come on up here.
All right.
Now, at any point, you can quit the test and take the money that you've won and leave us.
Okay.
But one little rule before you go. You have to promise to look into that camera and tell millions and millions of people, I am not smarter than a fifth grader.
I promise.
You promise?
Yeah.
All right. We got a deal. Let's find out, is Stephan Scoggins smarter than a fifth grader? All right, 10 subjects on the board. Which one do you want?
I think I'm going to start with first grade measurements.
First grade measurements, all right. The $1,000 question is this. In the U.S., which season begins in one calendar year and ends in another? Spring, winter, or fall? In the U.S., which season begins in one calendar year and ends in another? Spring, winter, or fall? Your classmate Mackenzie has locked in her answer.
In the U.S., which season begins in one calendar year and ends in another? So I already know if I'm going from one year to another year, it's the end of a year, which is December, going into January. Yeah, okay. My answer is going to be the winter.
Winter. I was starting to get a little worried because it's first grade and it's multiple choice. But you're exactly right. It is winter. You got $1,000. Winter begins in December and ends in February. 9 subjects remain. Pick another subject. Let's turn that 1,000 into 2,000.
All right, all right. I'm gonna go with second grade English.
Second grade English, all right. Stephan, the second grade English question worth $2,000 is true or false? The suffix goes at the beginning of a word. True or false? The suffix goes at the beginning of a word. Mackenzie has locked in her answer.
The beginning is pre, before, so the suffix would not go at the beginning. So that answer, the suffix goes at the beginning of the word, is false, and that's what I'm locking in.
All 5 of our 5th graders agree with you, and they are a smart bunch. You're exactly right. The suffix goes at the end of a word, so the answer is false. Nice work, Mackenzie. Yeah, the suffix is like EST, like fastest.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. We've got 2 questions out of the way. Your classmates can only help you a couple of questions at a time, so you need to select another one.
Okay. Oh, my God. I'm going to go with Sierra.
Sierra, come on up here. Now, Stephan is a nurse. You kind of like the anatomy stuff, too, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, she likes...
Because I want to be a coroner. When
She
I
wants
grow
to be a
up.
coroner.
When you can't help them anymore, I can.
All right. Great, great.
And let me ask you something along those lines. Is it true when you were a police officer, you used to moonlight as a nurse?
I did, because I was a registered nurse first, and then I became a police officer. And many times, of course, the officer is the first person to arrive on a scene.
Now, did you ever shoot somebody and then have to take care of them later?
Fortunately not.
Okay, good. 8 subjects on the board. Stephan, which one would you like next?
All right. Okay. I'm going to go with 3rd grade math.
3rd grade math. For $5,000, the 3rd grade math question is coming up when we come back. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Our contestant, Stephan Scoggins, is playing for $5,000. All right, the 3rd grade math question is, if a pound of peanuts costs 48 cents, how much does 5/8 of a pound of peanuts cost?
Okay.
If a pound of peanuts cost 48 cents, how much does 5/8 of a pound of peanuts cost? Sierra has locked in her answer. All right, let me tell you about your cheats. Once during the game, you can peek at your classmate's answer. Once during the game, you can copy their answer, and you have 1 save, which means if you answer incorrectly, but they have the right answer, they save you, and we keep playing.
Okay, I think I have a pretty good idea of what the answer is.
What are you
I
thinking?
think I have a pretty good idea. I think that I have to take 48 over 1 times 5 over 8, reduce the 8 and the 48, get 24. Okay. I know it's right in my face. Okay. I think I am going to use one of my cheats, and I am going to peek.
Want to peek? The question is, if a pound of peanuts costs 48 cents, how much does 5/8 of a pound of peanuts cost? Your 10-year-old classmate said 40 cents. Now, one strategy would be, you still have your save.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't think she's right, you could guess something different than her, and you would actually cover 2 answers
Sure.
that way.
So if I answer something different and hers is correct,
She could save.
then she saves me.
Yes. If you're right, you don't
Then it's
use your
right.
save.
Right, okay. 10, 20, 48 cents divided by 8. 8 times 5, yes. I am going to go with 40 cents.
Let's look at this a second. You said the answer was 40 cents. Take a look at the board. Let me show you the visual. 5/8 times 48 over 1, which is where you were going.
Which is what I was doing.
240 over 8 equals 30
no.
cents. Stephan, I am so sorry.
Oh, no.
Mackenzie and Nathan both got it right. The only consolation,
Wow.
there have been many here before you. I'm so sorry you're going home with nothing. All right, Stephan, one last piece of business we have to do. There's the camera.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stephan Scoggins. I may have a PhD, but I'm not smarter than a 5th grader.
We'll be right back, right after this. smarter than a fifth grader. Are you guys ready to meet your new classmate? Yeah! He's a 31-year-old financial analyst who attended Alderwood Elementary. Welcome, Benjamin Jeng.
How's it going, guys? Woo! All right. How's it going, Jeff?
Benjamin, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice to have you here. And I'm guessing this is when you were at Alderwood Elementary School, huh?
Yes, sir.
You've got the Tom Jones thing happening with the shirt there. Very cute. Now, what kind of student were you?
Ooh, according to my parents or according to me?
Well, you know, somewhere there's a permanent record. We can find out the truth on this.
Well, in that case, I wasn't that good of a student.
So, Benjamin,
Yeah.
the pretty lady in the green dress is your mom.
Yeah.
Why is she holding a sign that says, "Go stupid chicken"?
You make me relive this one, Jeff.
What is that?
You know, when I was young, my nickname was Benji, and Benji translated in Chinese means stupid chicken.
Wow. Boy, that had to be a hard nickname to live down.
That is very hard.
Do you know Foxworthy translated in Chinese means Mugu Gai Pan? I don't know. Well, welcome to our class. These are your new classmates. They're going to be taking the same test you're taking, and we're going to let you cheat off of them. So pick one of them and let's get started.
No, you know what? I'm going to get all of you. Let me start with Mackenzie.
Mackenzie!
Let's go, Mackenzie! Woo!
All right, let me tell you how this is going to work, Benjamin. On the board, you'll see 10 subjects. You ace this test, and we know you will. There will be an additional fifth grade question that will be worth $1 million.
Nice.
Now, if at any point you decide that this is too tough, you can leave us. You're a financial analyst. You can take the money and transfer your funds somewhere else. But before you go, one little thing you have to do. See that camera?
Yeah,
You have to tell the world I am not smarter than a fifth grader.
that's a deal.
That's a deal. All right.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna
Not
happen.
gonna happen. Not today.
Let's find out. Is Benjamin Jeng smarter than a fifth grader? All right. 10 subjects.
Well, what do you like, Mackenzie?
I like U.S. geography
Okay.
and world geography.
All right, now I know what you like. I like math, so I think I'm gonna go with first grade math.
First grade math. All right. Let's get this first one out of the way.
Exactly.
For $1,000, here's the first grade math question. True or false? There are exactly 4 odd numbers between 2 and 8. True or false? There are exactly 4 odd numbers between 2 and 8. Mackenzie's locked in her answer.
Well, I'm thinking odd numbers are non-even numbers. Well, that was a silly way to put it. Let's see, here we go. We got 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I count 3. So I'm gonna say that answer is false, Jeff. I'm gonna lock it in. Unless I'm wrong.
Unless you're wrong. You're a financial analyst.
I know.
It's a first grade math question. You're right, you got $1,000.
That's the first one! Yeah! Woo! All right.
All right, see how easy this is? Nothing to it.
Can we take the same question again?
Unfortunately, we can't. This next one is worth $2,000. It's time to pick another subject.
I promise we'll do yours. Let's do first grade world geography, Jeff.
First grade world geography, all right. For $2,000, Benjamin, here's the question. How many continents share a land border with Antarctica? How many continents share a land border with Antarctica? Mackenzie has locked in her answer.
Gosh, Antarctica, that's that snowy thing in the south.
Now, I did tell you you could cheat off your classmates. This may be a good time to explain that. You have 2 cheats, a peek and a copy. And you have 1 save, which means once during the game, if you're wrong and they're right, they save you and we keep on going with the test.
I know Australia is its own island, and I know Asia doesn't touch it, North America doesn't touch it, Europe doesn't touch it. So the only 2 that can be is Africa and South America, but they don't touch it either. And those are the only continents I know, so I'm gonna say 0 continents share a land border with Antarctica.
Say 0. Sierra has the right answer.
Please be 0. Please be 0. Please be 0. Don't do that. Oh.
Take a look at this board, Benjamin. Sierra's right. For $2,000, she said, 0 zip, no zilcho. 0 zip, not zilcho.
Thanks for your help.
Woo! Every one of the kids had the right answer. Way to go, class. All right. Well, Benjamin, they can only help you 2 subjects at a time, so you need to pick another classmate.
Well, then, if Sierra got it right, I got to pick Sierra. She's a brilliant. Let's do this, Sierra.
All right, when you were in school,
Uh-oh.
did you have a favorite teacher?
Yes, I did.
And that was?
He was my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Farazi.
Mr. Farazi. Oh, that's a cool name. And why did you like him so much?
Because he really promoted my favorite subject.
Which was?
Recess.
Recess. You know, it's so cool to see teachers have such a positive influence on somebody's life.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say if I told you Mr. Farazi was here today?
No. Oh, my God. No way. Oh, my God.
Now that has to be a pretty neat feeling as a teacher, that this far down the road, that one teacher made an impact on somebody's life.
When teachers see that recess time coming, they need it too, for a lot of reasons.
You know, and this might be a good time to bring this up. I noticed on the card it says, once while playing hide and go seek at recess, you accidentally chased a girl into the girls' bathroom.
Oh my.
Where'd you learn that?
We know all kinds of stuff about you, Benjamin. So what do they have in there?
Oh, they don't have any urinals, that's for sure.
Yeah. That was just a one-time thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, you have 8 subjects remaining. We're about to play for $5,000.
I like that. What do you like?
I like 2nd grade spelling and 3rd grade animal science.
Spelling it is. Yeah.
Spelling? All right. Listen carefully, Benjamin. For $5,000, the 2nd grade spelling question is, how many times does the letter E appear in the name of the following federal holiday? Independence Day. How many times does the letter E appear in the name of the following federal holiday? Independence Day.
Ooh.
Sierra's locked in her answer.
INDEPEND D something 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 something.
Mr. Farazi, how would you grade that answer?
It's like 60%
His favorite
right.
subject was math.
Benjamin, you get this right, we'll be shooting off some fireworks because you'll have $5,000. How many times does the letter E appear in Independence Day?
Sierra, I hope you get this right, but I think I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to go with 3.
Mr. Farazi, how many times does the letter E appear in Independence Day?
I'm going with 4.
Let's see what the class said. The class said 4. That is the right answer.
Oh, no. Please tell me you got it right.
How you feel, Benjamin?
Can I take the question again?
No. If Sierra said 4, you have $5,000. If she said anything else, you're leaving us with nothing.
Oh, boy.
For $5,000, Sierra said 4!
Thank you!
There it is.
Thank you!
We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Benjamin Jeng, has got $5,000.
I'll take it.
Thanks to this little lady right here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Way to go, Sierra.
All right, Ben, well, you got $5,000. We can double that with your next correct answer. You've got 7 subjects left. Pick one.
Jeff, let's do 3rd grade animal science.
3rd grade animal science. All right. The $10,000 question is, a drake is an adult male of what species of bird? A drake is an adult male of what species of bird? Sierra has locked in. All right, stupid chicken. A drake is an adult male of what species of bird?
I know it ain't chicken.
It probably doesn't even taste like chicken.
A drake.
Now, you still have a peek. You still have a copy.
I didn't even know drake was a bird.
Well, it's an adult male of some species.
Well, she answered quite quickly, and I have no clue. So even if I peeked at it, it still wouldn't help much. So, Jeff, I will use my copy. Save me again. Tell me she got it right.
Benjamin,
Uh-oh.
if you had to guess, what would you have said?
A drake is a form of an eagle?
I will tell you this. Eagle's not even close.
Oh. Penguin? Getting warmer?
Maybe a little bit. No, this bird can fly. The answer is duck.
Duck.
A drake is an adult male duck.
Oh boy.
You elected to copy.
Please,
Once
Sierra, do
again,
it again.
putting the weight of the world on this little girl's shoulders.
Please be a duck.
For $10,000, Sierra said, duck!
Duck! Way to go, Sierra! Oh my goodness. Way to go, Sierra. I learn something new every day.
Yes. And we gave you $10,000 to learn something new. How about that? All right. You still have your peak left, and it's time to pick another classmate.
Give me Nathan, please.
Nathan.
All right, Nathan, let's do this, Nathan.
Do you have a nickname?
Well, when I was on my baseball team, they called me Nayrod.
Nayrod.
I like that name
I
better.
like Nayrod.
Ever called me a stupid chicken.
No.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Do not chicken out. Because you get this one right, you're going to leave us with no less than $25,000.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Six subjects remain. It's time to pick one.
What do you like?
Geography, science, and history.
I will take third grade U.S. geography, sir.
Third grade U.S. geography. For $25,000, the third grade U.S. geography question is, the Four Corners is the only place in America where 4 states meet at one point. Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico are 3 of the states. What's the 4th? The Four Corners is the only place in America where 4 states meet at one point. Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico are 3 of the states. What's the 4th? Nathan has locked in his answer.
I think I know this one. But then I thought I knew Independence. Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and that 4th state is Utah.
All by yourself. With no 5th grader to help you. You got one right. You got $25,000.
Here we go. Halfway point.
$25,000, Benjamin.
Oh.
There it is, right there. Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. There have been a lot of people walk out of this classroom with nothing in their pocket. You're walking out with a minimum of $25,000.
I will take it, yeah!
5 subjects remain. Pick one.
I will take 4th grade earth science, Jeff.
4th grade earth science. The $50,000 question is, Aurora Borealis is a name for what natural phenomenon? Northern lights, southern lights, solar eclipse. Aurora Borealis is a name for what natural phenomenon? Northern lights, southern lights, or solar eclipse? Nathan has locked in.
Well, ha. Couldn't he have picked a finance question?
I might know this one because I used to sit behind a girl that was named Aurora Borealis. Here's the good news. It's multiple choice.
Yeah. And I
At least you have a chance with multiple choice.
And I got 25 grand coming in me.
And because it's the $50,000 question, there's no reason not to answer it. Because even if you miss it, you leave with $25,000, so you're not giving any money back.
If that's the case, I think I will go on a guess. I think Aurora Borealis are the northern lights. Please tell me I got it right.
Silence.
Tell me I'm a smart chicken this time.
So here's the deal. Multiple choice. It's not solar eclipse.
All right, that's good. That's good. Tell me it's not Southern Lights too. Please.
Okay, it's not Southern Lights too. You got $50,000, and we'll be right back right after this. fifth grader. Our contestant, Benjamin Jeng, has now got $50,000. Your favorite teacher, Mr. Farazi, must be very proud right now.
Couldn't be prouder of him.
Couldn't be prouder.
Thank you. Thank you.
I bet you would be a little prouder. We have not given away $1 million on this show. You would be a little prouder if he was the first person to walk out of here with $1 million, wouldn't you? You have 4 subjects left, you have 2 classmates left, and you still have your peak, so select one of them.
I will take Olivia.
Olivia!
I'll get to you. I'll get to you. All right, let's do this, Olivia.
Now, Benjamin, you hit the buzzer quickly that time. Let me remind you, this is real money. It's not just a number on a board. You have $50,000. Your next correct answer is worth $100,000. There's 4 subjects left.
What do you like?
What do you think?
Social studies, cultural studies, and nature.
Got it. Jeff, let's do 2nd grade social studies.
2nd grade social studies. All right, Benjamin. For $100,000, the 2nd grade social studies question is, true or false, Betsy Ross was a U.S. First Lady? True or false, Betsy Ross was a U.S. First Lady?
Betsy Ross.
Olivia's locked in with her answer.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember any president with the last name Ross. President Ross. I'm trying to also think. I remember Betsy Ross in the history, but she was the lady who sewed our nation's flag, if I remember correctly. I think I'm going to answer this on my own, Jeff.
You look like a clock. You're just...
tick tock. I will go with false. I'm stopped moving now, yeah. Tell me this clock can keep going.
You know what? All the kids in the classroom have the right answer.
Oh, please tell me you got false too.
For $100,000, they said false!
Not bad, not bad.
Mom, how do you think he's doing so far?
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so go for
Thanks,
it.
Mom. But $100,000 richer. $100,000 richer.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, bang.
There are only 3 subjects between us and the $1 million question. You have a peek left. You can still see the question and drop out of school, okay? With $100,000. Repeat that, $100,000.
$100,000.
All right.
I like that.
You want to confer with Olivia and see what you should go with?
Olivia, what do you like?
I think cultural studies.
Cultural studies? I will go with 5th grade world history, Jeff.
Now, Benjamin, are you married?
No, I'm not.
Single.
Yes, sir.
He asked you what he wanted, and then he did the complete opposite. And that may be why you're single.
Thanks, Jeff.
The $175,000 question is, coming up right after this. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Benjamin Jeng, has got $100,000. You selected fifth grade world history. For $175,000, here's the fifth grade world history question. Copernicus, the legendary 16th century astronomer, was born in what country? Copernicus, the legendary 16th century astronomer, was born in what country? Olivia has locked in her answer. Benjamin, you're definitely not chicken, but you might be a little crazy.
Yeah.
What do we know about Copernicus?
He's one of the leading astronomers during his time.
He was a leading astronomer. You're right about that, but it does say that on the board.
Wow. I'm thinking Italy, and I'm thinking 100,000. And if I peek, I have to answer.
Yes, if you peek, you must answer.
I know where Galileo's from, but Copernicus. Copernicus.
Which in Chinese means?
Smart chicken. I'm sure it's Italy, but I can't go with that answer to risk that much money. I want to keep playing, but
Well, let me ask you this. What would you do with $100,000?
travel. I'd
Travel.
Go on a nice Mediterranean cruise.
You could do that with $100,000.
Oh yeah, I can bring someone with me too.
And if it happens to be female companionship, you may want to listen to what they say.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna get that rubbed in too.
Let's go over your options. You can drop out of school and walk out of here with $100,000. You could peek at her answer and see if you like it.
If I peek, I have to answer. I can't afford to answer incorrectly because that's a $75,000 decrease.
I was going to say that, but then you are the financial analyst.
Yeah.
So
That's a lot of money, and I can't risk that. Sorry, Mr. Farazi, but I got to drop out.
you were kind of talking this out. You want to play it out to the end and just see what the
Sure.
answer was? What was your gut instinct on it?
My gut instinct was, I think it's a Roman name. I would have to say Italy as my answer.
So if you had had to answer,
I would have said Italy.
you would have said Italy. You had one cheat remaining. It was a peek. If you had peeked at her paper, her answer would have been Italy. Are you wishing you hadn't walked away now?
No, I'm good. I have 100,000. Just tell me, just tell me like Austria. Tell me France. Tell me England, France, anything else. But I got 100 grand. I got to be happy. She was right.
For $175,000, Italy is wrong.
Yeah!
The answer is Poland. If you had said Italy, you would have dropped down to $25,000. You did the right thing. Congratulations, Benjamin. $100,000.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
And the chicken cheering crowd rears up. All right, you know what you have to do. There's the camera.
Hi, my name is Ben Jeng. I'm a stupid chicken, and I'm not smarter than a fifth grader.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Good work. give away to somebody that can prove that they are smarter than a 5th grader. And this is my class. Cody! Mackenzie! Sierra! Nathan! And Olivia! All right, guys, you ready to meet your new classmates?
Yeah!
She is a 40-year-old elementary school teacher who attended Weaver Elementary. Welcome, Stacy Zuanich. Stacy, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I'm guessing this is Stacy when she attended Weaver Elementary.
That is correct.
What was your mom thinking on photo day?
I do not know.
Look at that collar. Well, that is awesome. Now, you're an elementary school teacher.
I am.
When people talk to me about this show on the street, they say, who do you think has a chance at winning the million? I always say, an elementary school teacher.
Well, that's good. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
How many years have you been teaching?
I have been teaching 17 years.
17 years. You're an American hero and an underpaid American hero.
Thank you.
And we want to do something about that today.
Okay, I am ready.
These are your new classmates. They're going to be taking the same test that you're
Okay.
taking. Pick one of them. Let's get
How
started.
about Mackenzie?
Mackenzie, come on up here.
All right, Mackenzie.
Doesn't she look like she'd be a nice teacher?
Yeah!
All right, Stacy, let me tell you how our classroom works.
Okay.
On the board, you're going to see 10 subjects. They range from 1st grade through the 5th grade. You can select the subjects in any order you like. Your first correct answer is worth $1,000. The 10th question, should you answer it correctly, is worth $500,000. Make an A+ on this test. We're going to give you one more question. It will be worth $1 million. We have not yet given away $1 million. I want a teacher to take this money home, all
I
right?
would love to do it.
Now, we do have one thing in our classroom that you probably don't have in yours. If during the course of this test you decide that it's too tough, you can drop out of school, okay? Only one catch before you leave. You must look in that camera and say to the world, I am not smarter than a 5th grader. Do we have a deal?
We have a deal.
All right, let's find out. Is Stacy Zuanich smarter than a 5th grader? All right, 10 subjects. Pick your first one. Let's win $1,000.
What subject do you like?
Would probably be English, grammar, and vocabulary.
A girl after my own heart. Those are my favorite subjects also. I would like to go with 1st grade vocabulary,
First
please.
grade vocabulary. For $1,000, Stacy, here's the vocabulary question. By definition, how many wheels does a unicycle have? By definition, how many wheels does a unicycle have? Classmate Mackenzie has locked in her answer.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I know that una means one. So I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna lock in at 1.
1. Like in $1,000. That's what you got, Stacy.
Good job. I like that.
All right. 1 down, 9 to go.
All right.
Pick your next subject.
I would like 2nd grade spelling.
2nd grade spelling. All right, Stacy, here is the $2,000 question. How many times does the letter H appear in the following word? Rhythm. How many times does the letter H appear in the word rhythm? Your classmate Mackenzie has locked in. Are you a good speller?
I think I am a very good speller. And
Do you have rhythm?
yes, I do, most of the time. Okay, rhythm is spelled RHYTHM. M. So I would like to lock in with the number 2.
You are a good speller. You got 2,000. All right, there it is. RHYTHM. It is time to pick another classmate. They can only help you for 2 questions at a time. Sierra. All right, we have a little blonde power thing going on now. All right, 8 questions remaining. We're playing for $5,000.
I think I would like to go with 3rd grade grammar, please.
3rd grade grammar. For $5,000, Stacy, here's your 3rd grade grammar question. How many plural pronouns are in the following sentence? Sierra and Cody told us that their grades were better than ours, but we didn't believe them. How many plural pronouns are in the following sentence? Sierra and Cody told us that their grades were better than ours, but we didn't believe them. Your classmate Sierra has locked in her answer. Let me explain your cheats. You have 2 of them. You may peek at your classmate's paper. If you like their answer, you can go with it. You have a copy, which means you must take the answer your classmate has written down. And you have 1 save, which means once during the game, if you answer incorrectly, but your classmate at the podium has the right answer, they can save you. You take the money, we continue on with the test. Here is the question. How many plural pronouns are in the following sentence? Sierra and Cody told us that their grades were better than ours, but we didn't believe them.
Okay. Sierra and Cody told us that their grades were better than ours, but we didn't believe them. I think there's 3, because I think there is an adjective that says whose grades there are, and I think ours is also talking about grades. So I'm going to lock in with 3.
Let's see what Sierra said. Sierra said 4. What do you think, Stacy? She had 1 more than you.
I still think 3.
Let's see what Nathan said. Nathan said 5. Tell me why, Nathan.
Because Sierra and Cody told us that their grades were better than ours, but we didn't believe them.
I'm really proud of you. Stacy, he's right. Stacy, our grade school teacher has flunked out.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're not the first one. We still love you. We still think you're a hero. And I do mean that. I think teachers are so underappreciated, so we love having you here. But they're not above the rules of the classroom. And remember the little deal that we had?
I remember.
There is the camera. Say it, please, Stacy.
My name is Stacy Zuanich, and I may be a 1st grade teacher, but I am not smarter than a 5th grader.
We'll be right back. Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Are you guys ready to meet your new classmate?
Yeah!
He is a 33-year-old medical supply salesman who attended University Elementary School in Plantation, Florida. Welcome, Ayal Lebow! How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me.
Ayal.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Like, hey, y'all without the H.
Hey, y'all. Yeah, I was going to say, you're a greeting where I come from. Hey, y'all. And this is, I'm guessing, when you attended University Elementary School?
That's correct.
Oh, very cool. So, You got the football. I'm guessing you were a sports guy?
I was very competitive.
Still competitive?
Yes, very
Really?
much so.
All right, let's talk about professions in your family, because it says here both your parents are doctors.
Correct.
And brothers and sisters?
My sister's a doctor, and my brothers are attorneys.
And you do what?
I sell medical equipment.
And I understand you brought a lot of friends with you, but nobody from your own family came down to cheer you on? We got something to prove today.
Exactly. And make my parents proud, you know?
Well, y'all, welcome to the class. These are your classmates. They're going to be
What's up?
taking the same quiz that you're taking, and we're going to actually let you cheat off of them during the course of the game. Pick one of them, and let's get started. Nathan, come on up
Come on,
here.
let's go. Woo! Yeah, come on, let's give it up. Woo, yeah!
Now, if at any point this little test that we do gets to be too hard, you can take the money that you've earned up until that point, and you can leave, okay?
Okay.
But you got to look in the camera and tell the entire planet, I am not smarter than a fifth grader.
Deal.
Deal? We got a deal. All right, let's find out. Is Ayal Lebow smarter than a fifth grader?
All right. So,
Pick a subject.
I'm going to go with second grade animal science.
Second grade animal science. You like that?
Yeah.
For $1,000, Ayal, here is the question. Oh, this is a classroom club question. Was sent in to us by one of our viewers, an actual second grader, Melissa from PS 77. Here's the cool thing, because we picked Melissa's question, are you smarter than a fifth grader, is going to set her school up with a computer lab. How about that? All right, let's see what Melissa sent us. Second grade animal science for $1,000. The question is, silkworms primarily feed on the leaves of what species of tree? Mulberry, eucalyptus, or maple? Silkworms primarily feed on the leaves of what species of tree? Mulberry, eucalyptus, or maple? Nathan has locked in his answer.
Well,
What are you thinking? Multiple choice, that's a good thing.
yeah, so I have 1 in 3 shot here.
1 and 3.
You know what?
Let me tell you how your classmates can help you, okay? Because it sounds like you might need it.
It's a tough one.
You have 2 cheats. You've got a peek and a copy. And you have 1 save, which means once during the game, if you answer incorrectly, but your classmate at the podium's right, they save you, you get the money, we keep rolling on down the highway.
Okay. Well, I think feeling kind of, well, you know what? I'm going to do a peek.
All right, he wants to peek. The question is, silkworms primarily feed on the leaves of what species of tree? Mulberry, eucalyptus, or maple? Before I let you peek, what would you have guessed?
Well, I was going to rule out eucalyptus. I was thinking maple.
Okay. You wanted to peek. Let's see what your 5th grade classmate Nathan said. Nathan said mulberry. Now we got a quandary on the first question of the day.
Yeah, that's tough. Man.
So what do you think? You thought maybe maple. This guy says mulberry.
You know what? I'm going to trust Nathan. I'm going to say mulberry. Yeah.
The strategy most people would have used there, Ayal, would have been to pick something different than Nathan, because that way, if you were right, you wouldn't have to burn another thing, but if you were wrong, he could save you. You elected to go with a 5th grader instead of trusting your instinct.
Yeah, that's
Smart move. You got 1,000.
Yeah!
The right answer is mulberry. Nice work, Nathan.
Give me a high five, buddy.
All right. Take a deep breath. How you feeling?
Lightheaded now.
Lightheaded now. We're doing good. You're still in the game.
That's good.
You got $1,000. Let's turn it into 2,000. Pick another subject.
What are some of your strengths? I'm gonna go with first grade math.
First grade math for $2,000. The crowd likes it. And the $2,000 question is coming up when we come back. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Ayal Lebow, has $1,000. Here's the $2,000 question, Ayal. What number is 11 more than 55 and 9 less than 75?
Okay.
What number is 11 more than 55 and 9 less than 75? Nathan has locked in his answer.
Well, I'm feeling good about this one. Much better than the last. Well, 11 plus 55 is 66. And 66 plus 9 is 75, which is 9 less than 75. So that's my answer. I'm going to say 66.
66. That's what Nathan said. You're both right. You got $2,000.
Yes! Good job. Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
Nice work, Nathan.
Come on, let's get it up for Nathan!
Yeah. Good job, buddy. Classmates can only help you 2 questions at a time, so pick another one and let's go for $5,000.
Sierra.
Well, all right, you got $2,000. Let's turn that into $5,000 because we're going to $1 million today, aren't we? Are we going to $1 million?
We are going to $1 million. Come on, let's do it.
Pick a subject, Ayal.
Sierra, what's some of your strengths?
Maybe music.
Good at music? All right. I'm going to trust her. First grade music.
First grade music for $5,000. Here's the question. Symbols belong to what musical family? Symbols belong to what musical family? Your classmate, Sierra, has locked in her answer.
Well, I was, when I was in 3rd and 4th grade in music class, and I did get to clang those together every so often. So I'm thinking, if my memory serves me correctly, it's from the percussion family.
Oh.
Come on, yeah.
Can we see what the class said? Percussion, percussion,
Yes.
percussion. They're right, you're right, you got $5,000.
Woo! Yeah.
We should just do trash can lids out in the neighborhood, same sound. Playing for $10,000.
So Sierra, you said you have another strength?
Maybe U.S. history, 3rd grade.
3rd grade U.S. history.
All right. I think, I'm feeling good about foreign language. I've taken some foreign language classes multiple times. So maybe I'm gonna go for 2nd grade foreign languages.
2nd grade foreign language. Now, when you say you've taken it multiple times, not like the same class over and over again.
Yeah, the same class.
Oh, the same class over and over. Hey, y'all, here is the $10,000 question. Alpha, beta, gamma, and delta are the first 4 letters of what ancient alphabet? Sierra has locked in already. Alpha, beta, gamma, and delta are the first 4 letters of what ancient alphabet?
Well, fortunately, in college, I was in a fraternity.
Fortunately.
So, well, some good times.
Which may explain why you're not a doctor or a lawyer, right?
Yeah. So true.
What you think?
I'm thinking it's the Greek alphabet.
All right, hey, y'all. Your fraternity days paid off. You've got $10,000. Let's keep it going. Nice work. Sierra had Greek as well.
Yes. Good job.
All right, hey, y'all, pick another classmate.
Olivia.
Olivia!
Come on. Yes.
How are you, Olivia?
Good.
You are playing for $25,000. It's a very big question in the game because once you get to $25,000, that's the worst you can leave here with is $25,000. Up until now, if you missed it and you were out, you leave with nothing. Let's get this, okay? I'm rooting for you here.
Come on. Olivia, what are your strengths? What are you feeling good about?
Third grade U.S. history.
Okay.
She likes third grade U.S. history.
Let's do that. Third grade
Like
U.S.
that?
history. Yeah.
The $25,000 question is coming up right after this. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Ayal Lebow, has $10,000. You chose third grade U.S. history. For $25,000, Ayal, here's the question. True or false? Paul Revere, famous for his midnight ride on horseback, also participated in the Boston Tea Party. True or false? We have a smart class this year. Paul Revere, famous for his midnight ride on horseback, also participated in the Boston Tea Party. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I should have paid more attention in third grade, but
Well, true or false? 50-50 shot.
chance.
You gotta like that.
And she answered really quickly.
She did.
I'm feeling she knows it. But I have a feeling here.
Don't forget, though, she doesn't have $25,000 on the line.
Oh, yeah. She can still save me if I'm wrong, though.
That is correct. You still have your copy left and your save left.
I'm going to say, just my gut feeling's telling me, false.
Why'd you say false?
Just a feeling, a gut.
Just a gut feeling.
Gut.
Is your gut usually right?
Most of the time.
Not this time. Hey, y'all, the answer is true. You have one shot at continuing on in this game. If Olivia said true, then she will save you. You want to see what she said?
If it says true.
If it says true. For $25,000, Olivia said, true!
Yes! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Come on!
Hey, y'all. You've got $25,000. Pick another subject. Let's turn this into $50,000.
All right. I'm thinking, let's go for fourth grade anatomy.
Fourth grade anatomy.
Yeah!
For $50,000, the question is, what bone in the human body connects the elbow to the shoulder? the tibia, the humerus, or the ulna? What bone in the human body connects the elbow to the shoulder? The tibia, the humerus, or the ulna? You probably learned this in medical school, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. That was your sister who went to medical school. Olivia's locked in. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's either the humerus or the tibia. I'm trying to think, like, I have friends that have broke their tibias.
Was that in the frat house?
Elbow to the shoulder.
Now, Olivia did save you on the last question. You do have a copy left.
You know what? I'm not gonna just risk a guess, 30, I'm gonna just copy.
So you elected to copy.
Yes,
If you had to guess, what would you have guessed?
I would have said the tibia.
You would have been wrong. Humerus, to me, sounds like the funny bone. Humerus is the right answer. Again, all that matters is what Olivia wrote down. If she didn't write humerus, you have $25,000, a great day's work. If she did, you got $50,000, and you're still in the game. Once again, it's kind of like deja vu, isn't it?
Please.
Yeah, why is all the pressure on me?
For $50,000, Olivia said, humerus!
Yeah! Woo! Woo! Yes!
Way to go, Olivia!
Oh, man.
Dude, you got 50 grand!
Amazing. Amazing.
The great news is you have $50,000. The bad news is you've used your copy, your peek, and your save, and so your classmates can no longer help you. It's you and me, and I can't take the test. In fact, I'm a little nervous. But this next question is worth $100,000. All right, Ayal, what subject do you want?
I'm thinking 4th grade U.S. geography.
4th grade U.S. geography.
Come on!
The $100,000 question is coming up right after this. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Our contestant, Ayal Lebow, has got $50,000. You selected 4th grade U.S. geography for your $100,000 question. Ayal, here it is. The names of how many U.S. states begin with the letter O? O. The names of how many U.S. states begin with the letter O?
All right. Well, we got Oklahoma, got Ohio, going down the seaboard, Delaware, New Hampshire, we have Montana. You know, I'm just thinking, you know, knocking out the ones that don't. So we got Oklahoma, Ohio, New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island, Delaware. None of those start with O, obviously. Oregon.
I love this
Oregon,
globe.
number 3. Oh,
That's so cool.
Oregon.
Oh.
We got Washington, Montana, Michigan. I'm pretty sure I have this.
Okay, now you can walk out of here with 50,000,
Yeah.
or you could turn it into 100,000.
Yeah. I'm thinking 3 is the answer. Louisiana. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go with 3.
let's see what the class said. The class said 2, 3, 5, and 6. The good news is Nathan seems to agree with you. However, he's the only one. Ayal, you and Nathan are both right. You got $100,000.
Oh my God! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Woo!
Wait a minute, I have to check the shirts out. Somebody stand up, let's see. Oh my gosh, is this guy smarter than a 5th grader? I love it.
Thanks for coming, guys.
You got $100 grand. $100 grand.
Unbelievable.
We're zipping some lips back at home right now, aren't we?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. You know what? We may not have that law degree. We got $100 grand in one day. Tell your brother to make that. You want to turn it into 175?
Love to. Love
Pick
to.
a subject.
3rd grade social studies.
All right, I like it. 3rd grade social studies. The $175,000 question is, which amendment to the U.S. Constitution gives us freedom of religion? Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution gives us freedom of religion? What you thinking, Ayal?
I really not thinking much right now. It's.
Do you know how many amendments there are?
Well, yeah, there's 26 amendments. 27 now?
Somewhere in there.
They may have just added one. So I'm thinking the First Amendment is the freedom of speech. You know what? Second Amendment.
All right, here's your options.
Right to bear
You can walk out of here with $100,000. Not $1 million, but $100,000. A lot of money.
The Second Amendment's the right to bear arms, freedom of speech. So I think it's actually the First Amendment.
I know it does not help you, but these guys are 5 for 5. They all have it right.
I got a gut feeling here, again.
Remember the last time you had a gut feeling? I mean, sometimes you got to go with your gut. But you got a lot more money on the line than the last time your gut was talking to you.
Right.
And we needed a little antacid back then. So, what's your gut telling you?
It's telling me it's the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech, I think religion, and a couple other things.
What couple of other things?
Freedom of the press, I believe. Maybe. But I think it is the First Amendment. I'm gonna go for it. Might as well go for it, right? Come on. Woo! I'm going with the First Amendment.
Now, all these guys are clapping, but these are the same people that go to the rodeo and root for the bull. They didn't have 100,000 on the line. You've trusted your gut, which the last time was wrong. I told you the class was 5 for 5. If your gut was wrong, you're dropping down from 100,000 to 25,000. The answer, worth $175,000, is coming up when we get back. sheets left. Before the break, he decided to go for it anyway on this third grade social studies question. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution gives us freedom of religion? You said first. I told you the class was 5 for 5. They all have it right. For $175,000, can we see what the class said? They are all right, and they all said, first! $175,000 you have. Got anything you want to say to your family in Florida, all the PhDs, the MDs?
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah. We have 2 questions left. Do not answer too quickly. This next question is worth $300,000. What subject do you want, Ayal?
I'm gonna go 5th grade measurements.
5th grade measurements. All right, don't answer too quickly because you can see the question and still decide to walk away, okay?
Okay.
Here we go for $300,000. The 5th grade measurements question is, to the nearest 1,000, how fast is the speed of light in miles per second? To the nearest 1,000, how fast is the speed of light in miles per second? What you thinking, Ayal?
I used to know this.
Huh. That's kind of the premise of the show. I used to know this.
I know it's not, I think it's 900, the nearest 1,000, so.
Okay, you think.
Yeah.
Just know, right now, you got 175. So if you think wrong, you still walk out here with 25,000, but you'll be giving back $150,000.
Right. Yeah,
And I don't get to keep it, so I would rather you take it with you.
absolutely. I think it's like 900,000 miles per hour. Oh, 1.3 times 10 to the... You know what? I'm not gonna... I like $175,000. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. I think, Jeff, it's hard for me to do this, but I'm gonna drop out of school.
All right, if you had to guess, what would you have said?
Miles per second, 973,000 miles per second.
Oh, how much?
973.
Oh, man. You would have had $25,000 if you'd have said that. The correct answer is 186,000 miles per second. Ayal, congratulations. You're walking out of here with $175,000.
Yeah!
There's our camera. No shame in saying this one.
My name is Ayal Lebow. I come from a family of physicians and lawyers, and I am not smarter than a 5th grader.
Neither